Let's give your tip. Oh, that was quick.
We'll do it.
Wow, what the? Hello, everyone. What
I
was
don't know
going
what
on with
happened at
the?
the start.
I don't know. It looks like it seems like it's been doing that every so often, though.
The thing is, as I said earlier, I'm downloading, so I'll be a bit jumpy. So I don't know if that had something to do with it.
I don't know.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
Facebook's
it
got a
is.
mind of its own.
I know, right? I don't see anybody. Oh, maybe because I'm doing it in private chats. That doesn't help. Oh, Sarah. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. I'm okay. Don't panic. I'm okay. When I know more, I will tell you guys. But in the meantime, I'm sort of just chilling and not rushing around like a maniac like I used to and what I am used to. But anyhow, um, thank you for people joining in the chat. I would appreciate it if you could share this out for us because this is a new show Eric and I wanted to do together. And we are going to be doing a spiritual hour most Sundays. We will let you know in the weeks that are coming up what we'll be
William.
doing and when we'll be doing it. Hi, Scott.
Mary, Scott, and William.
He's been cutting grass with his scissors.
Really?
That's what he says. So, the spiritual hour, what is it about? Well, what do you want to do on a spiritual hour, Eric? What would you like to see on a spiritual
Well,
hour?
I think the beginning, just understanding the whole principle of, well, what my main goal is to find out who my spirit guide or guides are. So I'm
Okay.
hoping that somehow to go into that part of it at least, and then maybe reconnecting with being able to speak to spirits like I did when I was a child, because apparently something frightened me enough where I stopped doing it.
Okay. Well, for me, the spiritual hour could take you to a lot of places. It could take you to your own spirituality, your own
Mm-hmm.
beliefs, your belief systems. We could get the mediumship kick-started and going, but it's not going to be a overnight thing. It's
Oh,
about the individual and then putting the work in. So if you put the work in, you will reap the rewards, if you like. And I can help people by giving them the keys to do that.
mm-hmm.
So we could look at doing that. It can get heavy,
Yeah, I
just to
believe it.
forewarn people. But also, you in the chat, what would you like to see in the spiritual hour? Is there something you want to particularly learn? Is there an aspect that you want to fine tune within your mediumship? We will touch on all sorts of things in the coming weeks and months. So there's a lot to look at, to think about, discuss, and maybe have a go at. So I'm going to try and make it fun packed for you. But for the first one, we're not going to be doing anything too heavy. So what I wanted to do, because it is a Sunday, and a lot of people go to church on a Sunday,
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about, I don't know if you'll be able to see this because I'm so I used to belong to a movement called the Greater World Christian Spiritualists. And I have one of their hymn books here. And a lot of the hymns, I used to adore singing them,
Yeah.
from being at school. We used to sing some of these hymns.
Mm.
Some of them are really well known, some of them aren't. But I wanted to just read you and discuss the very first hymn, it's not really even a hymn, I think it's more of a poem, and see what you guys think about this. So, are you ready for this, Eric?
Yes.
It says, "O God, thy world is sweet with prayer. The breath of Christ is in the air. We rise on thy free spirit's wings, and every thought within us sings. Thou art our morning and our sun. Our work is glad in thee begun. Our foot-worn path is fresh with dew, for thou'st greatest all things new. O God within us and close to us, through him our only guide and way, my heavenly life be ours today."
Wow.
Thought we'd discuss that, because when it comes to mediumship and working with spirits and who you trust, um, these questions arise in this poem. Now, let's just break this down a little bit, okay?
Okay.
"O God, thy world is sweet with prayer." What do you think that actually means?
Well, I mean, a lot of people pray. I mean, the spirit of just praying for something, joy.
Mm. So you don't have to go to church to pray. This is what I want to get
No.
across to
Yeah,
people.
I totally agree with that.
So a lot of people think that if they don't particularly have a faith, that they can't pray. If they a particular faith, that's what I mean, that
Mm-hmm.
they can't pray. Or if they don't go to a church, they can't pray.
Yeah.
You don't have to believe in God to pray. You don't have to believe in Jesus to pray. If you believe in something, I don't know. Let's say my fan here was my God, my deity, my God.
Your God.
That's the thing I believe in. That I'm going to pray to that. That's fine.
Mm.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
It
I see
doesn't
what you
have
mean.
to. It doesn't have to be something that an old man sitting on a cloud with a beard and a long cane, being the almighty, all living God. It
Yeah.
could be anything. It could be anything. So I think that is. It doesn't have to be. It could be anything.
That's me.
I can
Sorry.
hear myself.
I was just giving Rita, turn it down a little bit, though. Sorry about that.
So I think this is important. It doesn't matter what you believe in. It doesn't matter if you don't even believe in the God that everybody else believes in. It doesn't matter whether you are a Christian or whether you are a Muslim, whether you are a Buddhist or free spirit or a pagan or a witch or
Yep.
even a Satanist, come to that. So long as you have a belief, I think, and you believe in something, I think that's the most important thing there with that first line of that
Yeah.
poem, don't you think?
Yep.
So it says the next line, "The breath of Christ is in the air. We rise on thy free spirit wings." Oh, let's do the first bit. The breath is on
Okay.
the breath of Christ is in the air. The breath of Christ is in the air. What does that mean?
Oh
We could
gosh.
interpret that in so many different ways, couldn't
Yeah.
we?
Yeah. The voice of whatever God or the God or whatever you believe in.
Yeah. Oh, Mark's asking, can he join us? What do you think? Should we let him in for
That's
today's
totally up
show?
to you. Yep. You can.
You've got to behave, though. This is a spiritual hour. Mr. Manley,
Oh
bear
yeah.
with me just a second. Bear with me just a second. Okay. Here we go. My computer jumps, so it's working hard for me tonight.
I guess so. Wow.
So, The breath of Christ is in the air. Does that mean that our Creator, whoever that may be, is all around us at all times?
Yeah, I kind of
That's
think
how I'm
that.
taking that.
Yeah.
There is something more that's going on, and it's always around us, and it never goes away. As much as we'd like to think it does, it's never going away. It's always going to be there. As much as we would wish it to go away, you might not be aware of it, but it will always be there.
Well, again, even if you don't believe in any kind of higher power at all, there's always energy in the air. It just doesn't go away. It's all around you.
That's it. That's it. We rise on thy free spirit's wings. So we rise on that. We don't actually rise, do we? I suppose we enjoy, any gifts that are given us. Now I use that word gifts quite loosely because it could be the sun, it could be fresh flowers we see growing.
Hey, Mark.
Ilya?
He's driving.
Driving.
I am driving. Hello.
Hello. We're just talking about this poem and what we're trying to sort of break it down into what it can actually mean for the lay person. So we've got to the bit where we rise on thy free spirit's wings. What could that mean?
Rise on thy free spirit's wings. In what context is that said?
Right, so, O God, thy world is sweet with prayer. The breath of Christ is in the air. We rise on thy free spirit's wings, and every thought within us sings.
Well, they're talking about the third eye, aren't they?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think.
So we can all do this.
So,
it's not just something that's given to a few. I think it's there for
that
all
means
of us.
That means he's the breath of Christ is in the air. Means he's farted and he's crop dusted everybody.
I knew that was coming.
But it's giving you something to think about, isn't it? You know, we rise on the free spirit's wings. Like they're giving it to us for not, it's something that we've all got. It's something that it's not bought or just given to the selected few. It's something instilled in everyone.
Well,
and it's up to us whether we take it on.
Everything that has a conscience has a soul.
Yep.
Exactly. What was you going to say, Eric?
Well, William said the breath of Christ would be seen as the breath of the Holy Spirit. That breath is what gives life. The breath of Christ from a theological perspective is the breath giving life of all life, to all life.
So let's talk about the next verse. It says, "Thou art our morning and our sun. Our work is glad in thee begun. Our foot-worn path is fresh with dew, for thou createst all things new." What do you think that's trying to say?
They think that out there in the cosmos is actually a massive energy, sentient energy. I saw some papers on it a while back, and there is a source of energy out there that they think is sentient, and they think that this sentient source of energy is linked to everything. Is linked to our DNA. Is linked to every single cell. It's quantum. They think that this source of energy is the source of quantum, is the source of everything. It basically God, the God source, the God life, the God energy, the God breath.
Yeah. What about you, Eric? What do you take from that part of the poem?
Well, I heard the same thing that Mark said, and that's what I believe, that there is one energy that everything started from. Even if people go back about the Big Bang, but it's not the Big Bang. It's just something that is there that there has to be a conscious out there to even just create anything. So or in everything.
So that could be our God, our Christ, our Holy Spirit, the Creator. It could be everything. I mean, people
It could
like
be,
to give
yeah,
labels. You know, that brings me to what I said at the beginning. Like, it doesn't matter what you believe in, as long as you have a faith in something. You know.
Yeah.
he's the
So the
creator
other
of all the cosmos.
things,
Yep.
and of all things.
Yeah.
So the last chapter here. O God within us and above, close to us in the Christ we love. Through him, our only guide and way, may heavenly life be ours today. What do you think of that?
Our soul, our spirit they're all linked, they're all intertwined, like the
Yeah.
force. Everything's intertwined. So it all goes back to the source code, the big being in the sky, this energy. We're all linked. We're all linked to each other. It's all one type of energy, all one use the force, Luke. It's all the same.
Mhm.
Yeah. So with it, it says here, close to us in the Christ we love. So for me, that is telling me that we are part of this greater thing. That call it
Yeah.
Christ, call it whatever you like. A little bit of that is in each and every one of us, even those evil, bad, nasty people who've still got it in there. It's in there somewhere. So I think that this little poem, or hymn, if you want to call it that, written by Lucy Larcrom, is telling us, it's so insightful. It's telling us in those three little chapters, three little verses, it's telling us so much. And when we want to learn more about mediumship, spirituality, even text from spirit themselves, we have to break each verse and line down and take from it what we can and leave what we can't accept. In this, I can accept some bits. I can't accept all of it.
Yeah.
But this is my personal opinion. Like Eric, I don't know if you accept most of it, some of it, all of it.
Well, I accepted it in the context that there is one source of energy, and that's where all energy came from.
Yeah. And what about you, me, over there?
I think I think it's quite cool because it basically says, you know, when we go, when it's our time, we don't, the body dies, but we don't die, we go on. And it's telling you now, we go on. I don't think that when we move on, we lose our self, we lose our consciousness, but I do think we go on to something bigger, better. I think we get options. And I think that's one of the things there that says, yeah, don't give up hope. You know, when you go, you're going with the Holy Spirit. You're going with, if you believe in that, you're going with the source. You're going with the everything. It's with you. You are part of it. We're all the same. See you up there.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, this was me in my early days. So this is from the greater world spiritualist movement that I was inducted in. And I will tell you a little bit. Now, take from this what you will. So it has a declaration of belief and pledge. I'm going to read them to you, okay? So please don't hate me. This is just what the greater world believes in. I believe in one God who is love. I accept the leadership of Jesus Christ. I believe that God manifests through the illimitable power of the Holy Spirit. I believe in survival of the human soul and its individuality after physical death. I believe in the communion with God and his angelic ministers, with the souls functioning in conditions other than the earth life. I believe that all forms of life created by God intermingle and are independent and evolved until perfection is attained. I believe in the perfect justice of the divine laws of governing all of life. I believe that sins committed can only be rectified by the sinner himself or herself through the redemption power of Jesus Christ by repentance and service to others. And the pledge is, I will at all times endeavour to be guided in my thoughts, words and deeds by the teaching and example of Jesus Christ. Now, personally, I don't agree with a lot of that. I became, educated, found out for myself, and did a lot of work.
You opened your eyes.
Yes. Some of it is good. Some of it is good. But at the end of the day, this is my personal choice. And the greater world did understand that, knew that, and understood that. Yeah, that was a lot of my beginnings in my mediumship pathway, if you like. A lot of reading, a lot of not understanding, because I still don't understand a lot of it. I'll be lying to you if I told you I did, because I don't. I really don't. I've been lucky in the fact that a lot of what I do and what's come through has been really good, and helped a lot of people in lots of different situations. But above all, and before you go any further, you have to understand that common sense must always prevail.
Yep.
Sometimes it's not for you to understand, it's for somebody else. So don't try and make sense of things.
You've just hit the nail on the head. That's what's missing from a lot of the paranormal side of things, the spooky side of things, is you'll just get people going, orbs, or it's a ghost, and no one will take the time to sit back and go, actually, like people who go, there's one God, there's one this, there's one that, there's one the other. No, there isn't. There's bloody loads of them. But the energy, whatever this energy being is, from what I've read, goes into all these superior beings. So you got all these superior beings on loads of planets, loads of dimensions, but again, it's all linked. I don't believe in the one God thing.
No. Hi, Louisa.
Louisa.
Hope you're well. Oh, Louisa, thank you for my my little thing. I absolutely adore it and love it. It's pride and place in my bedroom. So, what will we be doing on a Sunday? So we will be talking about spiritual matters. We will be meditating and learning how to breathe. This sounds really silly. Eric, what do you understand about learning how to breathe?
What I understand about it, it brings a calmness to your body when you breathe, and especially when you go in and out in your nose and out your mouth, and it relaxes your body. All the oxygen makes your body, your blood go, your vessels go.
Hi, everyone in the chat. So we're not going to do it tonight, so don't panic. I'm not going to have Mark meditating while he's driving.
I'm almost home. So what will happen what'll happen in a minute? I'll come off, go in the house, go on my laptop, and I'll come back on.
Okay. So we're gonna start the meditation. I think not next week. Maybe next week, we don't know. It depends on what time I'm around, but we're planning to come back on, not next week, but the week after, with a full-on meditation or a guided meditation for you. So, what is meditation? What does it mean when you meditate? How important is
Put yourself in a calm place.
Yep.
You need to I'm just reading Bryce's comments. I ain't doing any tantric stuff. No. It's all about calming and stilling of the mind and emptying of all thoughts and calming the body, and not just the mind, the body and the soul. It's calming yourself right down for other work to be able to take over. So meditating, some people say to me, I can't meditate, I've tried, but I just can't do it. You can You just
Yep.
don't know how to.
Mm.
It all starts with breathing. Now, Eric, I had you doing some breathing exercises with none other than Wim Hof on
Yep.
YouTube. What did you think about that?
Oh, I loved it. It was really great, and it
Would,
gets like a I don't know how to explain it. It's like a coolness and calmness to your brain because that's all you're thinking about is the way to breathe. You know, for me at least, that's the way it works.
okay.
I've
What
got
about
one for
you?
you. You know, I was going to say, I've got one for you. You know, you get a buildup of carbon dioxide in your body,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right? If you want to clear it, do what the kiddies do when they have a huff. You know, when they go, and then they go
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Yep.
Breathe in and then breathe in some more till you can't anymore. Hold it for about 10 seconds, then let it out, and that will release all the carbon dioxide that's built up in your lungs over the last few hours.
Wow.
I do it
That's a good
myself.
tip.
I,
That's a really good
yeah,
tip.
I do it. So
So
you go
those
like that, and then go again, hold it, and then yeah, yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So right. So people in the chat that want to take mediumship and go in a little bit further, I'm going to suggest just having a go. I'm going to suggest just having a go and looking on YouTube at Wim Hof, just his breathing exercises.
That's a weird
It's
phrase.
it's quite amazing. All I will advise is when you're doing this, do it somewhere calm, somewhere where you're not going to be interrupted, and have a glass of water just on standby. When you do this, don't drink, don't smoke,
Yep.
don't puff like I do. You'll never see me puffing when I'm doing mediumship. But when you do this breathing exercises, you need to be fully into it and don't have any distractions like, oh, I'll just sit this next bit out and just have a little puff on my vape. No, if you're going to do it, just do it properly. You can do it lying down. I think lying down is the best place to do it for Wim Hof, isn't it, really?
Yeah,
You can do it sitting in a chair. You can do it sitting in the bath, but don't fall asleep in the bath. Don't get too relaxed because you'll find out you slip down and under the water and you're sucking in water and giving yourself a right freak out. So the breathing exercises we will talk you through next week, but if you wanted to have a go and just do something off your own esteem, I would say start with YouTube with Wim Hof.
Yeah.
It will just give you a little bit of insight. And that is the secret to all great mediumship, is slowing your breathing down. Master that and everything just falls in place so easily and so quickly.
Wow.
Okay? The slower you're breathing and the more relaxed you are, the more spirit can come in and commune with you. And Eric, when you did it, did you have, what experiences did you have?
Oh, I can't remember that.
It was a bit of a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago that I did it. I don't know. I just felt really relaxed, and I was listening to his voice, and I could picture him in my head as he was doing it too. So,
yeah. The other thing I would suggest. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Nettie. Hi, everyone in the chat. Hi, Wayne. The other thing that I would suggest is getting a journal. So just get a blank journal for you to write your progress down. It is so important. But if you're going to do this mediumship or want to learn mediumship, that journal will become your Bible. Sounds silly now, but as you're going through this, it will make sense later on.
Yeah.
So everything in your journal, what you did on a lesson, what you learned that day, how did you feel? Did it affect different parts of your body? I'm just talking about the breathing thing firstly. Did you experience anything physically? How did it make you feel? What was you feeling before and how did you feel after. You know, this journal, when you look back on it, you'll think, wow, I've come so far. So that's why if you're joining us to do this on a Sunday, I suggest get a journal, have it ready, and you'll be surprised what you can achieve.
Yeah.
I can't emphasize enough, we'll spend an hour with you, but an hour a week is not enough. You need to go away and practice this on your own. So whatever you're taught or shown, you need to go away on your own, sit quietly in a little room and practice for yourself. It's not dangerous. What I'm going to teach you is not dangerous at all. I won't go into the more heavier stuff because that's really for circle when you're face to face with people. But we're going to give you the tools. We're going to start at the beginning, and over the coming weeks and months, we're going to progress and progress and progress.
Yeah.
And Eric, because you're the guy that I see on a weekly basis, you're going to be the guinea pig.
That's fine with me. I agree
He
to
likes
that.
being a guinea pig.
Mm.
So what's been saying? Annette says, when I want to cut myself off, I have a mind room through meditation I go to. Brilliant. And Lisa says, can I ask you, the frig is granddaughter doll? Okay. So she's talking about her granddaughter doll talking when I've taken the battery out. Why the frig is granddaughter doll take? So, did you buy this granddaughter doll new? Is it second hand?
Yep.
What is a granddaughter doll, Lisa? There's so many questions around this. It's not so straightforward. What is she saying? Can you understand what she's saying? Is she saying long sentences, just one words? There's more to this doll talking than you think. That makes sense.
Ghost.
Oh, look at that.
No.
So cute. What do you think
Hi,
about this
everybody. Said hello.
Mark, what do you think about this granddaughter doll talking when she's taking the batteries out?
See, I've heard quite a few things, you know, about dolls doing that, and I'm very skeptical about dolls because I've seen people use. I'm not saying you are, for God's sake, or anything like that, but I've seen like the famous ones that are supposedly haunted and that, and they've been tricked. They've been Wi-Fi. They've been this. They've been picking up from other things. It may possibly be that the frequency that speaker runs on in that doll is picking up something else, some interference. It could be. It could just be picking up from like a nanny cam or a baby cam or something like that. I've heard of that a lot of times. I've had stuff that's picked up nanny cams and things.
Yep. I've actually had this happen to a Teddy Ruxpin bear. They took the batteries out. Yep. Teddy Ruxpin, and it started talking in my my friend's son's room, and I'm like, okay, what the heck is going on? Why did that just say something? And out of the blue, it hasn't been going off, and I've been sitting there all day long. Then all of a sudden, it started going off. So we took the batteries out. It was just short in the wire. So it could be anything that does that.
Has the batteries? Has there been? It's a silly question, Lisa, but I have to ask it. Has the batteries at any time leaked in that doll? Still working, still put new batteries on, because even that stuff within the battery seepage can affect how that doll is then going to be working.
Anything can. A little bit of rust. Anything.
Seepage. I just like that word, seepage.
Seepage. Yeah, I wouldn't pay any attention to it. I don't think it's anything to worry about. I'd take the doll, just check out the battery compartments properly. Make sure it's cleaned. If the batteries are not in there, just give it a bit of
what I would do is I would
going over.
Yeah, that's the same thing I'm talking about. I'd take the whole thing apart, look at it, make sure.
Anything electronic or that's got speakers or can pick up radio frequencies, whatever, I'd always be really sus about it because it could just be a fault. Or batteries.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if
So,
your cat suddenly starts talking to you and he talks to you in like in Latin, then I'd be like,
then,
Yep, that'd be weird.
yeah.
what pig? You know?
Can I just say as well, though, people that know me would know that I'm not your normal box standard medium that needs seriousness, quiet. You know, when I'm working, I like laughter, fun. I like the vibrations lifted to the highest. So you're not going to get a traditional sit down, shut up, do as I'd say, and all that sort of thing.
Yep.
It doesn't work like that with me. I'm very sort of out there. When I worked for the Greater World and for the SNU churches, I was like one of the youngest ones that was a bit of fresh air and did things a little bit differently, where other people were, oh no, I've got to have quiet so I can make that connection with spirit. It's like, no, you don't. Where are you getting that from? So yeah. So I
You
will
were talking
teach
about
you.
meditation, weren't you?
Yep.
Yes.
A little tip, because I don't do it very often. It's only I've only ever done it a few times, because it took me a while to learn how to do it. But I learned it in martial arts. And the way I do it, you know, when you close your eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, if you just close your eyes, relax, you'll start to see shapes on the inside of your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Watch those shapes. And as you watch those shapes, you'll go deeper inside the shapes. You'll go
That's
deeper.
how I fall asleep at
Go
night.
into that realm, and once you go into that realm, you'll start to see things, and you'll start to see the shapes morph and turn into things you recognize. And as soon as that happens, you're meditating.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're gonna just presume that these people have never done it before, Mark. They haven't got a Scooby what meditation is, or breathing in the good, breathing out the cleansing. You know, we're just going to assume that they
Be careful with the breathing, because otherwise you're going to go tantric, and there's going to be people watching this going, "Oh yes!" You don't want that. Well, you might do. You might suddenly get lots of people writing in and go, "That's so good."
Yeah.
Let's hope.
Oh
Let's
my
hope.
God.
So yeah, so we are hopefully gonna sort you out. I mean, it might be for you, it might not be for you, but give it a try. See how you get on.
Right.
I always say, don't give up at the first hurdle if you can't do it. It takes practice, doesn't it?
Took me ages, absolutely ages.
Bryce saying,
Yeah, just.
Hold on a second. Are you on the phone with somebody?
I had a cat that could talk. I put it
on the
outside
phone
and it
with
said to the letterbox,
listening.
let yourself in, and it said me ow.
No,
Very
do it
funny.
with a Yorkshire accent. Do it with a Yorkshire accent.
Go on, you do it.
I had a cat that could talk. I put it outside and said, fruit letterbox, let yourself in. And it said, me, ow.
Actually, talking of talking cats, I have a cat called John. You see him there? He talks. I say to him, have you been a good boy today? He says, no.
Yeah.
That's what he says. No. He says no and now.
Yeah, my cat Zena used to do that too. He used to say, no.
Yeah, it's funny when they say that.
Mm.
Oh, dear.
Speaking about cats.
Yeah, this is Yoda.
There's Bob. Oh, Yoda.
Yeah.
That's funny that you named that cat Yoda. I used to have a cat named Yoda.
Well, that's Yoda. That's Lilo.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. You haven't seen my view out the bedroom window, have you? Look.
Oh, let's have a look.
Oh, that is nice.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's a good view.
But yeah, that's Lilo. That's Yoda. Yoda's called Yoda because we tried all sorts of names like Midnight Shadow, all that sort of thing, you know, because he's black. And he refused to acknowledge anyone, any of those names. And then Taylor and I would talk about Star Wars, because obviously I'm a Star Wars nut.
Yeah.
And she said something about Yoda, and he went, and we were like, no. And she said Yoda again, and I was like, no, you're having a laugh. And she went, Dad, look at this, Yoda. And he came out, and he came over to her, and I was like, for God's sake, a black cat called Yoda.
Well, so get back to the meditation. So we are going to start right at the beginning. We're going to start with breathing, and we'll go into meditation. We'll do some guided meditations for you at first until you get the hang of it. Nothing too deep, nothing too heavy. Just I know what you're reading. Just to get
in the Yorkshire accent.
Oh, go on, and you do it. Go on.
Oh God. It's the only way you could do it, because, Bri, I had a dog that was good at metal work. I chucked it on fire, and it made a bolt-foot door.
Getting worse, Bri. So we are eventually going to take you through the different forms of meditation. But for the next time we join you, we just need you sitting comfortably. We'll give you a few minutes to grab a glass of water and to make yourself comfortable in front of your computer, laptop, or wherever it is that you're watching us from. And you will be able to watch us on playback. That's the thing. So anything you've missed, anything you want to try again, anything you want to do like throughout the week until you next see us again, you can always do it again on playback. But what I would suggest is keep a journal or a diary of feelings, how you feel, what you experience, how you felt before, how you felt afterwards. You know, just that journal will become your Bible. So we will from time to time have guests on the show. I know a gentleman that wants to come on and talk about healing and the power of healing, and we will be getting him on in the next few weeks. Wow. Other healing friends, the spiritual healing side of things. I'm not into the Reiki thing because that's all done with symbols, and we're going to talk. No, we're going to.
And white medicine is.
No, well, what we do is, if those that go down the healing route, will be working with healing guides, working the hands of a guide, letting them, work through you, spiritual surgeons, that sort of thing. So it's on a high. Please don't hate me. I think it works on a higher level than Reiki. I'm not a healer. I don't claim to be, but there are those that are out there that are in the healing category. So we will touch on it, and it's up to them whether they take it further or not, whether they choose to do it. These healers work and get certified through organisations. It's a long process. It's a process that needs to go through. You can't just start healing and then start charging people because you think you're a great healer. You have to be vetted and certified, and it has to be done through the right channels. If you want help and advice with that, I could let you know what I know, but it would have to be a bit of homework done on your behalf. I can't do everything for you, so...
if it's any help, I do... Well, I use Chi, and I do black and white medicine, which I learned in ninjutsu. Black medicine is when you put it inside somebody and use it for wrong ways, and white medicine is when, again, I only use it a few times, but I can take headaches away, and I can... stop a few aches and pains and stuff like that, and it's actually really handy. Yeah,
and we will also be talking. We'll be talking a bit about that, Mark. But also we'll be talking about chakras. What are chakras? How do we use them? How many of them are there? What are the colours? What do they do? Are they important? All these sort of things. So that we will be having a great chakra chat, and then we will be implementing them within the meditations, and why we need to open and close chakras and keep them as clean as possible, because if you don't, you could end up in all sorts of messes and pickles and not very well. It's like putting a clean pair of drawers on every day, isn't it? Keep your chakras clean.
Oh, you've got to put a clean pair of drawers on every day. If you don't put a clean pair of drawers on every day, freaking shame on you.
Yeah, exactly.
Ew.
So that is going to be an important part of this and discussions, and hopefully a little bit down the road we will be able to take you to be able to meet your own spirit guides.
That'd be nice.
This actually sounds really interesting.
But it's all dependent on whether you have done your homework. Just by logging in with us and tuning in with us once every other week and getting involved in what we do is not enough. You need to do the practice behind the scenes and at home. You need to put the hours in. You need to, I've got 5 minutes, rather than sitting watching that rubbish on the telly. I'll do a bit of meditation. I'll do a breathing exercise. So there's all that as well that will be going on. But at the end of it, hopefully, we'll get some of you to meet your guides or part of you. Sometimes they don't show themselves fully. Sometimes they don't show themselves at all, but you'll hear the voice and other signs and signals that come through. So this is going to be really, really exciting for some people that are out there that have never done it before. All these people that do not believe, join us, get them to join us, because if they can feel at least something, it's my proof of saying, it's my way of saying that's the proof you need, that it's not a gift for selected few. It's there for all of us. I love a non-believer. I really
So
do.
I.
See, I was like that with chi. I was always like, yeah, right, until I used it myself and I did a certain thing, and you could, when you're putting it out on a move, when you first feel that boom boom, it's the weirdest thing ever. And that, I can't even explain it. It's boom, boom.
No, I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, it was that. And I went, whoa. And then, hello, Kerry. And it was Kerry and the other Kerry. We were doing a session with them. And they were the ones that got me involved and showed me I had a spirit guide, which I've never knew. I thought spirit guides had just gone, do you know what? No bloody help for him, and walked off. But apparently I do, and it's an ancestor of mine from the Irish side from years ago. Yeah. And I've never seen, spoken to, or heard from that being before or since or after that session.
Wow.
Meditating with crystals. I mean, because Kerry's been on. I actually bought a crystal off Kerry today. I'm quite excited about it. I need to pay her, actually, but
she knows her stuff.
She does know her stuff.
Speaking about crystals, I'll show you something real quick. This came to me. I don't know. I know the background's not that great. Look at that.
Oh.
Isn't that weird? And that came to me just by somebody giving it as a gift for putting in our windows, a year ago.
Yeah. I've been buying a lot of crystals from Kerry. I've got a lot of crystals anyway. But Kerry, she does good quality crystals. So
she's good anyway.
If anyone would like to see what Kerry has to offer, I'm just going to put it in the chat now.
Yeah, save it in the chat because I want to.
Sodalite or Sadalite? Sodalite.
Sodalite.
I thought it was something to do with Sodom and Gomorrah. I was about to go off on one there. Sodomy. With crystals.
No.
Rose quartz is brilliant. Rose quartz is brilliant.
So you don't cut your teeth if you're going to eat them.
So
I hope you don't eat crystals. What are you talking about?
So if you would like to pop, just pop across to, I don't know, I think it's on Facebook. If you go on Facebook, Spirit and Soul Island Crystal, she's got the shop there.
It's on Instagram as well, I think.
Yeah, she's on Instagram. She does workshops at the Spirit and Soul Island Academy. If you want to understand what crystals are, what they do, that sort of thing, that is the place to be. And she's also got very, very good prices. Good quality crystals at low prices. You can't beat.
I recommend her. She's brilliant. She's had me drunk around her place lots of times.
Wow.
She's had what?
She's had me drunk around her place lots of times.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kerry. Something you not told us.
Yeah.
No, nothing like that. Just parties.
But yeah, if that's where I'm buying my crystals from, and I fully recommend. There's one crystal here that I didn't get from Kerry. She's going to tell me off now. And I see it. I see that. I'll tell you where I bought this from. You guys are going to laugh. I was at the Awakening Con, Paracon, not Paracon, the Awakening UFO and that sort of thing. And I saw this crystal table. You know, like you do, you go around, have a look. Oh, yeah. And I see this, and I fell in love with it. And I thought, oh, no, I'm not here to buy crystals. So just leave them alone, you know, walk away. Come back later.
Sorry, I just read that comment. I forgot about that. Oops.
Walk away. And if it's still there later in the day, then I know it's meant for me. So later in the day, much later in the day, I went there. There it was, sitting on the table. I thought, oh no, like I'll go and get a cup of tea. I'll come back. If it's still there, then I'll buy it. I did this 3 times. And it was still there waiting for me when I got there. So I bought it. No, I don't think you're going to be able to see it very well.
Yeah, I can see it.
So this is a black moonstone.
Oh, wow.
Not one of Kerry's. But I needed it. Don't ask me why. I didn't even particularly like it. But I see this and I thought it's calling to me. I've got to have it. I've got to have it. You're not going to see its loveliness, but yeah. So I'm not one of these people that has to have palms and things like that. It's not really my thing. When I work with my crystals, I do it in other ways. So yeah. So I'm sure Kerry will forgive me. Nettie's saying she found a big rose quartz crystal at work. Wow. It was supposed to, it was there for you to find. We're meant to have it.
So
She's on
Annette likes BBCs, big black crystals.
Yeah.
I like the way Eric went, stopped.
We should put in.
See?
She put black crystals, not BBCs.
Big black crystals.
BBCs?
Yeah.
She's...
No, put your mind away. Put that in there.
But meditation with crystals, we will do a bit of that if you so wish. So if guys in the chat want to do that, we can do that as well. Oh, I'll wait your secret safe. And I think as well, we if Kerry's able to, and if she wants to, we could get Kerry on here and show us around her crystal room, maybe a few sales, and tell us about some of the more interesting crystals that she has that are available and people could purchase. That's just a thought, Kerry. Don't feel as though you have to. Yes, that would be amazing.
That'd be cool, yeah.
That will be cool. Let's sort that out, Kerry. So that's basically what we're going to be doing. So Eric, my little guinea pig over there, looking rather fabulous, we will be doing our breathing not next week, but the week after.
Okay.
So we will be doing. The reason why I'm not doing next week is because I'm going out investigating. I'm doing a bit of cryptid investigating next week.
Where are you going?
So no, I'll talk to you off air about it. So if I'm in a position to do so, we'll come on last minute and we'll do a little bit like a pre breathing kickoff, if you like. But yeah, so we're planning to do it week after next. So we'll start properly then. So you'll be able to have a look at Wim Hof to give you an idea if you've never done it before.
He's a really nice guy. Bonkers.
But But actually it works, and it works on the same lines. In fact, it is just amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And hopefully it won't be too hot and sticky for you in the next couple of weeks, that you'll be able to do it quite comfortably and not worry
We've
about the
only got a
heat.
5-day heat wave, and day one was today.
Yep. Here
We'll be
too.
okay. We'll be okay then. But I hope we haven't bored you too much. It was just an hour, just to get you going. Keep reading those books. Those of you that do read the spiritualist
Hi,
books,
Randy.
keep reading them. Glean as much information as you can from them. There is no right and there is no wrong. Take what you can, leave what you can't. Get your journals. Start writing things down. You're not a geek for doing that. It's for your own personal development and journey, really. I will show you my journal when we're next on, so I'll get my journal out so you can see. If you would like me to recommend something for you to read, I don't even know if you can still get it, but here is a book that was given to me a long time ago. God, here we go. It's called The Voyagers. Okay, and it's written by Spiritual University Press.
Okay.
And it is a book, a true story of a race of beings far more intelligent than us. Now, I was given that on the very start of my spiritual pathway, and I recommend this to anyone and everyone. If you can get hold of a copy of this, get it. It's not very big, just a few
That's what she
pages
said.
long. Just a few pages long. But you'll be reading this over and over and over again, and each time you read it, you glean more information from it. But yeah, it's called the Voyagers. I don't even know who the author is. Doesn't really tell you. Just the Spiritual University Press. Yeah. If you want more information, I can always take photographs and message them to you if you want to know more. But yeah, read as much as you can. You'll be doing no wrong or no harm to yourself if you do. Guys, have you got anything to say on the matter before we close this one down?
Not really. I'm looking forward to it, but that's about it.
Aliens. There you go.
Aliens.
You say aliens. I say Bigfoot. What do you say, Eric?
Wolfman.
I knew he was going to say that. Anyway, guys, have a brilliant week, whatever you are doing. And thank you for joining us for this week on the Spiritual Hour. We will be back soon, and we will start. We'll start doing it.
Cool.
We'll start doing it.
Right, there's already channels for that. One of them.
But take care, everyone, and love and light to everyone. And mind how you go. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.
See you tomorrow night at 9.
Yeah, that's right.